Good morning. I lost track of time. Yeah, right at noon. But coming off the practice field today, I like where we're at. One thing that we're able to do in the secondary right now is develop some young guys early in terms of depth. We have a few guys that are not available for practice, but it's always good to get the young guys reps, develop some good quality depth, and there's going to be some young guys that are going to help us this year. So it's really been good. One thing we got to continue to do is have a consistent mindset with the way that we show up day in and day out. Once we do that, we're pretty damn good. And I'm excited about the future and everything that goes with it. But just that consistent mindset day in and day out is one thing that we must establish. I just got done talking to the guys about picking up their lunch pail, putting on those steel-toe boots, grabbing a hard hat, and rolling up your sleeves each and every day. And as we continue to do that, we must continue to improve our communication and, just make sure 11 guys are playing the same call.
Is Travis Jay a guy that's been pretty good in the sense of being consistent day in, day out of preseason practice?
He has so far. He's grown up a lot. He's had a really good camp thus far. We have him playing multiple positions because of his versatility. And I like where he's at right now from a down standpoint. So, he just got to continue to develop mental toughness. That's my message to him right now. And, once he does that, he'll definitely he has all conference potential for sure.
How big of an asset is Travis's versatility, the confidence to be able to put him in multiple spots?
Yeah. The versatility is something that's important. Whenever you can move a guy around and allow him to play safety and corner, that gives you some flexibility in terms of personnel. So that's always a big-time value in terms of a player that can play multiple positions for sure.
I've seen him make plays, but where does Jamie Robinson, do you think, made the biggest impact so far?
Yeah, well, his primary position is nickel, but he's another one just like Travis Jay. He's understanding the big picture that allows for us to put him at various positions. He may be at nickel one series and then come back and be at safety the next. I like the way that he's focusing on the details of each position. I just want to see Jamie develop more of a leadership role. He has a lot of experience playing at a high level in a conference that I respect a lot. So I just want him to be able to invest more into the young guys, become more of a leader, and lead by example in every way, showing up each and every day.
Another guy that's moved around position-wise is Akeem Dent. I know he's working at free safety a lot now. I guess what have you seen from him? What's he bring at that position as an asset?
You know what? A lot of range. Akeem, obviously, he played safety as a freshman, and then we played him at corner last year. And we've made the decision to put him back at safety. And I've been really impressed with the progress that he has made at free safety. He has done a really good job in terms of making open field tackles. The physicality side was one thing that I challenged him with coming into camp, and he has responded to that. His primary area of improvement is just continuing to be the quarterback of the defense. Making sure that he get guys lined up, making sure, again, that 11 guys playing the same call, and I'm putting that on him. That is your responsibility to make sure that everybody in the secondary, including the linebackers, are all playing one call. And as he continues to improve in that, I like the things that he's doing from a coverage perspective and also from a physicality standpoint.
What went into the decision to move Akeem to safety, and I guess how did that conversation go about with him?
Yeah, well, we do an S2 test that I really like a lot in terms of Coach Norvell with finding out more information about our players. And it provided us some valuable information. And a lot of his strengths led to us making that move. And it was spot on. It was pretty accurate in terms of the information that we received on each player. And, he's responded really well. And we're going to let him settle in there. He's gotten comfortable with doing that, and I like, again, the progress that he's made up until this point.
Jarvis Brownlee's a guy who's rolling this last season, was a major contributor by the end of the year. Have you seen him build on that, maybe step into a bigger role with Asante on that?
Absolutely. He has really stepped his game up and went to another level. He's a consistent corner. When we hit this practice field, he show up each and every day. And he practiced with the sense of urgency and with the mindset that I wish we had day in and day out at each position in the room. You know, the main thing with Jarvis is, again, leadership. You know, I want to see guys use me more as a tool to provide information for them. You know, I tell them all the time, on good teams, coaches lead players. But once you become great, players lead players. And that's the direction that I'm trying to push them in.
These young guys, I know you still have a few more weeks to get guys like Shaheem and Hunter and Kevin ready. I mean, do you have confidence that these next few weeks that they'll be ready to contribute?
Absolutely. You know, absolutely. You know, that's been a phenomenal 2021 class that we signed. And, you know, Kevin had an advantage in terms of being an early graduate, going through spring, and he's picked up where he's left off. He got to continue to still focus on some details within alignments, the communication and adjustments when guys move, and just making sure that, again, that we're all on the same page. Shaheem has been a huge progress from day one of camp. You know, his physicality is unusual. You know, he's a kid that came in and he plays with the confidence as if he's been in college already. You know, the thing for him is just making sure that he can make the mental adjustments as fast as we need and be able to communicate as well with the confidence. You know, and then Hunter Washington, you know, he's exceeded expectations in terms of the way that he competes. I've been pleasantly surprised, and the future is bright with Hunter. You know, he's a kid that plays at a high level from a competitive standpoint. And, you know, each and every play, he's going as hard as you want him to as a coach. And I've been really, really impressed with that. So when you look at those core of guys that we brought in for 2021, I like the way that they show up each and every day. And I'm definitely convinced that the future is bright with those guys.
Who is the leader of that group at this point? Is there a guy that you can put your finger on and say he is one kind of leading from the front?
Yeah, more with their actions rather than vocal. And you know, that guy would be Miko Dotson. You know, Miko is someone that's a pro. And his presence in the room is really, really good. I am challenging him to become more of a vocal leader. He leads with his actions, which is where it starts. Now let's become more vocal. And again, hold players accountable from a player's perspective. And once we do that, you know, we'll continue to come together as a group. You know, I got the Tallahassee Together shirt on today, and I wore this for the group. Because once we develop the oneness that's necessary to be together, to be a family, we'll really take that next step as a group for sure.